up with this idea, I remember when I was in the class, our facilitator asked if someone has idea that we can shoot the project about. So he said we will use the premise, the class. So I thought of coming with the concept that we'll be basing in the school. So yeah, I have a good experience because I've been writing for years. There was a time when our producer wanted to change the scene location. The scene was supposed to be shot in the passageway, so the producer, he suggested if we can shoot outside. So yeah, we shot outside that scene, and yeah, it came out nice. When I create the character, I make sure that I do research. There's this character of Joey in this script. He's a psychopath. So I researched about psychopath. How do they react? What do they do? And even the lecturer, I researched about how lecturer do when maybe students seduce the lecturer. So yeah, at first I used to be mad.
Okay.
Yeah, but I realized that everyone has their own like perspective, and some they have like good experience in this film industry. So if I get mad when they change something, it means I won't learn. So now I can handle the feedback, and I sit down with them, like producer and director, and we discuss maybe if they need to change something in my script.
Communication is
We communicate, then we'll come up with the same idea.
Hi guys, my name is Tumelo Mare and I am the facilitator at VMC and the producer for the film Dark Affection. So it was a pretty good experience, and the reason I'm here, I'm not one who's fond of the camera, but I just wanted to thank the class of 2023, Film and Television, CIT CETA, VMC Media, obviously, for giving them this opportunity, even though most of them do not understand the depth of what they're given. But I guess when they're at home, they all do understand. For a project that was done by students for the first time, as a first project, I'm actually proud of them, and I'd like them to take this opportunity to thank themselves and appreciate the fact that they worked so hard, and hopefully in future there'll be more projects. And for those of you who are at home or who is watching and maybe you are interested in film and television, VMC offers from radio, media, and as an academy, it offers like a wide range of opportunities that you can have. So look out for that. And not only VMC, just like there are a lot of CETA programs, and I feel like with a program like this, it gives the learners the opportunity to actually dive deep into film and television. And I think it's important. Why? Because most of them are skilled technically, but they don't have the know-how or how they can actually do pre-production, post, and planning of the whole film and setting and stuff. So I think it is important for a lot of students to learn all these things.
Hello everyone, my name is Devon Chega. I am the director of Dark Affection. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Look, I'm not even gonna mention the guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna talk about the ladies, you know. I would say, based on what I've seen, between Cindy and Snee,
kunengitshela ukuthi hlukana phansi nendoda yami.
You're mad. I told you that we're not dating.
You're not dating my foot.
I would say Joey. Joey was the easiest, mainly because the direction behind the character doesn't require a lot of complexities, if you know what I mean. He's the main character, but he's portrayed in the film like a side character. You understand? So he was the easiest to work with because of his character is complex internally, not outwardly and on the frame. I think as a director, you have to look at the film in a holistic point of view. So I would say putting in the nuances, and putting in Easter eggs and putting in those story bits that only people who are truly paying attention to the film can pick up. I think that's the hardest part. It's also the most fun part because it allows you to be creative as a director. I think directors are not given enough credit when it comes to the creativity in that part, right? Because the writer does a very good job in creating drama and creating conflict in a story, and then it's up to the director to, take that even further and say, okay, I've seen that this is what we want to do with this film, and so I'm going to add these little nuances, and I'm going to trust the audience to figure it out on their own, instead of just like laying it out there for them, right? Because their perspective is just the screen. And now we're working with the script, the actors, the internal emotions of the actors, and we have to show that through the script. So I think, that's the hardest part. Honestly, I would say the autonomy that it allows its students, learners to have, it can be a double-edged sword, of course, right? Because it can also pierce through VMC's own, it can come at VMC's discretion, because if we're too free to do whatever the hell we want, it can be off schedule, but if we are still free to be expressive and to do things that we love doing, we'll be more motivated to come back and do some more. And I think the greatest expression of art is being free to say what you want and do what you want. I don't think there's anyone who's like that. I think it's they are able to study the character better. There are people who can study the character better, but with especially the acting part, it's like people are their own people, and then they have to not completely change, but actually they have to like metamorphosize into a different person when they come to sets. Of course, there's nuances of themselves while they're shooting and all of that, but it's like you still have to like be someone else. So I haven't noted anyone who is like very similar to a certain character. I just think playing a character is just emphasizing the parts of you that resonate with the character, other than being similar to that character. The best scene for me is, I don't want to say what number. The best scene is the one where the bathroom scene. That's the best scene for me, right? Because of, I think there are untold things in that scene, like I said earlier, like that the audience have to pick up on their own, right? That are not even deliberate Easter eggs. It's just like the state of mind of the characters when the two characters are whispering to each other. It's like we're establishing the whole dynamic of the film with that one scene. I don't know if that makes sense.
Hello everyone, my name is Lesego and I was co-DOPing with Wicked. Well, normally when we shot the movie, I was more focused on the technical aspects of how we create, where we put the light. So I can't really say that I actually noted a difficult character, because of most of the time the director is the one that is able to spot such things based on the script and direction. The most challenging scene I think is the bus scene, because of we had there was more movement, and then there was also we had to position different cameras and angles, so we had challenges in terms of the 90-degree rule, where we put the lights and the amount of shots that were needed. So I think that was a difficult scene for me. And also just that we never had a stylistic approach to the film, and hence it was also tough to actually know what shot we need and how we do it and where we place the light. So it was kind of tricky for me. So yeah, the bus scene was the one that was actually difficult. I think some of the shots that we got were cinematic, like the bathroom scene. that it was super cinematic because of, well, we did like everything that is in the cinematography book in terms of your leading lines, your negative feel, such shots, yeah, and also the bathroom scene was kind of cool, in which it gave it like the cinematic feel. So yeah, some of the scenes, yes, some no, like the outside scene that we shot. Yeah, we only shot one outside scene, and that scene for me it was a mess because of how we shot it. Firstly, we had no control over lighting. We were using natural lighting, and it was, the shots were blown out. It was the highlights were too harsh, and if we take down the highlights, the shadows were too dark. So it was never cinematic, that scene. It was horrible from the word go. Firstly, I'd like to say that I like the fact that we were, for first time students, and as for us working together, I like the fact that we were able to use whatever we have in terms of lighting and the gear that we have. However, if we were to have like enough budget and lightings and whatever, I feel like things like for instance, like the outside scene that we shot, like if we had like more of what do they call it? The diffuser, those big diffusers, those are some of the things that you can use in such scenes, whereby we can try and control lighting. Yeah, your big key lights, whereby we are also able to control lighting from outside.
Hi, my name is Dedi Jose, aka Okpagamwekitsi, which is my real name. And the thing that puts me here on the hot seat is because I'm a character, which is a main character on the shoot that we are doing. I'm a lecturer, which is John Kunene. I've learned something, and I think what makes a character stand out is the co-person that you're actually acting with, bouncing the lines with, because what makes it reality is that that person that gives you that energy is the person that you're acting with at the present moment. If it's a dialogue, that dialogue with eye contact and everything is the thing that actually would lead this character. What I love the most, okay, I'm gonna shock people. I'm gonna be a player. I'm gonna be a player, and I'm gonna be playing a lecturer that has a girl, a young girl, basically having hots, and I think it's 3 ladies, it's 2 ladies, yeah, having hots for the lecturer. Basically what I love about this character is that, you know, whoever came up with the script was basically trying to let it be known that this does happen if you are in a sphere that you are a lecturer, you're lecturing people, especially young women. A young woman will actually feel themselves and make you feel, you make them feel like you are the father figure, but not a father figure in a love. Wow. I would take Cindy's character. I would take Cindy's character, because she's got to pull it off. And what I say is the way she comes into character, she challenges, and because it's around her a lot and with the lecturer. But if you look at it, and where I read the script, it's all about her and how she actually pushes the lecturer to, the lecturer must feel the same way she feels, because that's the power she has. The Chappies guy, what's his name? The Chappies guy, the character? Musa, yes. He's the most zaniest ever. I think he's the craziest. And how he pulls that rope, he beats my orange. You know, how he comes across. And he comes in natural. And he's got that street smart look, and he pulls it off nicely.
So, Cindy is a go-getter. She's very goal-driven. And I think if I could apply Cindy's energy to my life, I'd actually be very far. So yeah. So I get to choose just... No, Not that I like on preying on kids, but I'd be the lecturer. I'd be the lecturer. Don't ask me why, but I'd be the lecturer. Okay, let's look at the lecture. So he's a well put person. Let's start there. He's very well put, and he's very affirmative in terms of what he believes in and his values. So that's one of the things that I also admire about him. So definitely the lecture. I mean, I don't see myself being a student anytime soon. So yeah, the lecture definitely. So the battle will have to be between Tusumbedu and Nomzamambata. But nah, not Tuso would mirror it. Tuso would mirror it. Tuso, definitely Tuso Bedu. What Cindy? Wapap. She's all over the place for one, and I feel like if she could tone it down a bit, maybe she'd get away with murder. But for the fact that she's everywhere, she can't really get away with certain things, and she's constantly the suspect even if she's innocent. So she's very smart, love her energy, but if she can tone certain things down a bit, then just maybe she'll be my favorite thing. But right now, she's really not my favorite person. I don't know, I think I'm yet to love her. Can't tell now. I'm yet to love her. The day that I have the perfect answer for it, I'll give it to you. For now, I'm still trying to discover myself through her, and I'm still trying to put her on as best as I can possibly be. Because at the same time, you need to bear in mind that there's a Khadija, and the moment Khadija goes against Cindy's values, it becomes a contradiction of the two characters. And I simply need to understand that there will be a time of Khadija and there will be a time of Cindy, and I must not really confuse the two. So for now, it's still very new. It's still a start for me. So until I can fully say, okay, this is who Cindy is, this is what Cindy stands for, I'll be able to answer your question. But until then, it's still a blurry line for me. Joey. Yes, yes. Joey. No, really. Joey. Joey's always in the corner. And as much as we think that he's perverted and whatever the case may be, the most quiet person in the room is always the least feared person, and they're the most dangerous people. So I feel like that's how Joey is. As much as, okay, I feel like I'm giving away too much right now, but as much as we look at Joey as this nerdy guy that's always confused, he's actually the smartest in the room, and I think him being quiet is what makes him very powerful. So definitely Joey. I think the problem comes in, as much as we say that girls mature faster than boys, it's not the thing. What are you doing with a 40-year-old only 23? Make it make sense. And you need to bear in mind that the question that's constantly asked to girls is, what do you bring to the table? And you can't want to be 23 and want to have things figured out. But as soon as you meet somebody that's older, they expect you to behave in a certain way, they expect you to have certain values, they expect you to carry yourself in a certain manner. And if it's a 40-year-old man, he's already expecting kids from you. You're 23, how can you have a kid when you're 23 or 24? It happens, yes, but at the same time, don't put yourself in a situation whereby you're going to find yourself regretting in the long run. Or don't put yourself in a situation whereby you're going to find yourself saying, only if I could have. Like, there are so many things that we can do as young girls, and I think the problem now that we are currently facing as young people, as young girls, is getting the bag. Like, you can get the bag in so many ways, guys. Let's be realistic. I always say to people that if I can wake up one day and go clean the toilet so that I can have money, then why do that? It's a very clean job, and you have nothing to lose at the end of the day. You have so much to gain, but nothing to lose. So don't put your life on the line in the name of, I'm trying to get the bag, or I want to be seen as a certain thing. The day that you learn to accept who you are and what you stand for, life becomes much more easier. And I think that would be a lesson to, not even girls, to boys too, because I feel like boys are more pressured than girls. Let it be a thing of you telling yourself that this is who I am, this is what I want to believe in, and this is where I see myself. Because the moment you understand your long-term goal, life becomes much more easier because you know what you're working towards. There's so much drama. Yes, yes. There's so much drama. There's contradiction. And there's a fine line between having values and wanting to survive. So I think those would be my 3 keywords to describe the whole film. So values, contradiction, and drama. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Samara Ozinyembe and I play the character of Samantha Kambule on Dark Affections. I think it's the style of being bubbly because it's similar to my personal character. Like I'm a bubbly person, I'm a funny person, like I'm like a down-to-earth person, like if I could say. So like I think I would approach it because being on set, it's something that I like or something that I do it for money. So like I would approach it because like one thing about me, I'm emotionally intelligent. Like whether you like me or you don't like me, I don't give it. So like I don't give a damn. So like that's another thing about me. That's a tricky question because I have a lot. But let me see. I would choose Cindy Latu, the one who plays Lindiwe on the River. So like I love that character because when she's acting that role, it's like she's doing that thing for real. You could feel like it's like we feel it. She's not doing it for money or like to impress people, but she's doing it from the bottom of her heart. So like yeah, I love her so much. I think what makes a role challenging is the fact that if you don't understand the type of that character that you're playing, or if you're trying to change, maybe for instance, as I'm a bubbly person and trying to act a shy or a quiet character, that would be very challenging because I'm not used to it. So I have to change because of I'm in that particular role. Yeah, playing in that particular role for audience. Yeah. So yeah, that could be the most challenging thing. What I like the most about my character is the fact that even though it's not like similar to my personal character, but other things are similar because like when it comes to my friend, I'm very overprotective for them not to doing wrong things, especially with Cindy. I'm always like on her side, like for her not to date the lecturer because I always tell her that the lecturer is old enough to be her father, sorry. So that's that's the most thing I love about this character. So yep.
Art designing is where you prepare, you set up for, maybe we're gonna shoot for that one for cat mothers. We had to prepare TV. It has to look like it's a bedroom because it was a bedroom scene. For the art, it needs women's touch because at home it's where you set up the bedroom, the kitchen. It has to look good. It has to be real. People, if we are talking about the bar, there should be alcohol, everything which have to show that this is a bar. For passing it was very, very tricky because we have to get the booze, which it came costly. The radio, like the whole setup was very, very, very tricky because we have to get a bar. The way we planned it didn't go the way it was supposed to. So to finish it, it's where we have to put extra hours, no lunch. You know, when you are working, you should always have a space for negative comment. So it's always gonna be there. So the pressure was there because we're supposed to finish within a week, but it took the whole month. So for us to make it work, it was very, very, very hectic. And people were coming in handy. We worked as a team so that it be a successful and a good film with a good quality.
Hello guys, my name is Anders Gele and I am from Katlehong, And I was also responsible for set design assistance and other hands-on during the production process. I think set design, we are responsible for creating the writer's view and producing it the way she or he wants it to be done according to each scene. For example, I can talk about the last scene where there's cat's mother crying. We tried everything to make it look like a bedroom. Oh, as a set designer, you should first, I think all set designers, you must first read the script and see exactly as I said, the writer's ideas of what exactly does he or she want in the specific scene. Yes. Oh, the process was okay. The idea was to influence viewers so that we tried to make it aesthetic element, which is vision, whereby we used lights, your alcohols, to make it look more aesthetic. There was too much pressure, especially I can say from my side, because now set design, I won't lie, it was the first time, and now there was a deadline which was set. We was finishing this in this day, and then things did not happen accordingly. So and at the other side, I'm the first. It's my first time in set designing. There was too much pressure because of that. We managed through assisting each other with the team that we're working with. I think team assistance was the key during that situation. If I was alone, it was going to be bad. It was going to be. So I can say shout out to the team of set designing and other at department.
Hi, my name is Rabelan Buraheni. I stay in Honeydew. I was a sound operator to Dark Affection. Actually, I didn't know how to operate sound, but hopefully I think the person that I was working with, he was the one who was, operating, showing me how to do, showing me everything, like every technique in sound. So I think now I'm, sometimes we have, because we found out we are shooting, then the sound is not good. We can hear them. Maybe they're speaking louder, or they're speaking low. So we tried to change the sound operator. We took it to the camera. So we tried to check the sound, if the sound would be good. So we found out, the sound is really good, when we are using straight to the camera, but not using the sound system. If you have the problem, you can find that maybe the zoom is the problem. So we have to, change the sound to the cameras, Sometimes we get a lot of problems, but we managed to fix, It was a deadline because we're supposed to shoot, 1 week, but we shot from 3 weeks to 4 weeks. That was painful.